The SIG MCX 300 Blackout is the in-between between the MPX and the SIG Spear. It's got a good mix of both of these guns. It's got the handling of the MPX and the stopping power of the Spear. It's my favorite AR to bring into raid for PvP, for bossing, just because of how much damage it can put out. Pen's armor, and it's just that great heavy-duty rifle to get the job done when you need to go through armor and have that high damage output.
That's a lot of damage!
You can get the SIG MCX from skier level 3, or you can find the gun on bosses. You can find a unmodded version in weapon crates and in marked rooms, and it's pretty cheap mid to late wipe in the flea market. The SIG MCX is a great choice for any map in the game. The only time it kind of suffers is extremely long ranges, like if you're trying to snipe the rogues on Lighthouse, or if someone starts sniping you from a mountain on Lighthouse and you need to shoot back. In that case, you might be better off with an RSAS or an SR25, but even then, if you have the right optic on it and you have a recoil build, for example, you can still do pretty okay in those situations with short controlled bursts. Anywhere from mid to short range, it's going to be shredding PMCs. I love running this thing on streets, on reserve, labs, customs, anywhere where medium to short range engagements are the most common. The SIG MCX has great handling when it's modded. You can mod for an ergo build, you can mod for a recoil build, a lot of varied modding options. I recommend always bringing a foregrip, a silencer, and your favorite optic at the very least, but you can add in a stock, a pistol grip, and the full works for that full potential of the gun. A good flashlight is great for swinging people at close range, which the SIG MCX is absolutely amazing at. You can bring the 40 round mags for it or more, but you don't really need it. CBJ ammo on its own will pen armor enough for you to not have to mag dump people in the thorax to bring them down. So speaking of CBJ, once you have that unlocked, you're going to be putting down PMCs no problem, and even bosses. Anyone you point this thing at is just getting shredded at medium range. The only real con is the accessibility of CBJ. You will need PK level 4 to buy 90 CBJ rounds per reset, and for Blackout AP you will need to do the quest The Cleaner, and you'll be able to craft this in your hideout. But CBJ on its own is excellent, and it does the job just fine, even late into the wipe. In the mid wipe, if you want to run the SIG MCX, you're kind of stuck running the M62 Tracer, which works early wipe, but I don't love the M62 300 Blackout rounds, mainly because they feel almost like mid-tier 7.62x39, and Tracer rounds in general are not my favorite, unless I'm running in a squad where having that bullet tracer is really good for target designation. If I'm running solo, I try to avoid running Tracer rounds if possible. I will still run them if the Tracer round is on good ammo, but that's besides the point. Like I said, M62 Tracer is pretty comparable to 7.62x39, and once you get CBJ unlocked at PK level 4, you're gonna feel like you're shooting 7.62x51 or those larger caliber bullets that just go through armor like butter, especially level 4 and 5. So definitely go for CBJ and AP 300 Blackout whenever possible. This caliber doesn't really fall off into the late wipe because of how good it is at going through armor, so as a result, this gun is a great choice for mid to late wipe. This raid on reserve, I'm running the SIG MCX 300 Blackout. During this play session, basically what I was doing was hitting the marked rooms on reserve, so there's 3 of them total. One's in Black Pond building, one is in the bunker in the basement, and one is on this side of the map, which we spawned on. This raid we spawned next to Shipping Yard, which is a really good spawn because the best, arguably the best marked room on reserve is pretty close to here. So we just got to run past bunker and past armored train to get to the 2 dorm buildings. I'm just walking to the first dorm building. The other building is the one that actually has the marked room in it, but I'm just going to get inside here real quick. On reserve, you don't want to be outside too much. I know that that area is not too dangerous, but general rule of reserve is you want to be inside buildings and not give people outside line of sights onto you, because there is a lot of ways to get shot. So what happens here is I hear 2 guys pull up, and I know that they're probably going to be looting the marked room. They got here just before me, so my new plan is I'm going to wait for them to loot it, and I'm going to try to kill them as they exit through the door that they came in through. So you're going to be able to see the 300 Blackout in action against high levels of armor here. Just a second. Alright, there they are. First guy, hit a spray on him, he runs back. Change targets to the second guy, hit a spray on him. What I could have done is continue to spray down the first guy and just try to kill him. Okay, right here. Hit a spray on the guy crossing, drop him. just like that. The CBJ putting in work, penning through that level 5 armor, dropping that guy before he can rotate to his friend. So the second guy, I know he's still out there. Not sure which window he's looking in. They did try to pre-fire me through one of the other windows. So I'm just trying to get a slow peek here. This is a really bad nade. It hits the top railing, just goes straight down outside. So just rotating around after that very embarrassing nade. So here, as you're about to see, he actually gets aggroed by a scav, which is great for me because then I can just swing out and just take the kill. So I know he's somewhere over there after rotating. His friend was also trying to rotate to him. So he's got to be somewhere in that area. I just don't know if he's just pre-aiming my door and he'll just get a free kill on me if I try to swing that. But luckily, a scav gets aggroed onto him and then I can just confidently swing out for the fight. I see him right there taking out the scav. Don't shoot yet. And then as he's trying to run to cover, hit a bunch of shots on him. He goes prone. I know he's really, really hurt. So I push up, hit the reload, and I know at this point, this guy isn't going anywhere. So I just push up, try to get the... Yep, try to get the kill on him, and he tried to leg meta me with his Vector, but unfortunately it didn't work out for him. So, just gonna heal up here. In this situation, we got 2 blacked out legs. We gotta heal up fast. This is still in the early raid, so people are, if they're hearing shots, they're gonna be running over here. So just gonna speed up this part a little bit. Just loot these guys. They're pretty heavily geared out. And yeah, just pretty much loot these 2 guys. And right as I finish looting, or right as I'm almost about to be done looting the second guy, I hear somebody pull up. And I hear this guy go into the train station and go to train station heaven on the high ground where where there's a couple loot crates. And I hear him just up there looting the crates. So at this point, I've got 2 blacked out legs. I've got a Propital that's about to wear off. At first, what I wanted to do is I wanted to just see if he would just walk away so I can safely surgery my legs and try to figure out what to do from there. But it turns out that this guy had no intention of leaving. He was just going to camp this train station, and I don't think he knew that I was here. So what I do, I know that I can't run on 2 broken legs, so I have to get the painkiller effect somehow. I'm going to pop a morphine. So what I need to do is just make a play on him. He's not going to move, and I can't sit here. I'm in a worse spot than him, so I can't stay here. So if I'm running a map like Reserve where I need to bring a Red Rebel and Paracord, and I don't have room to bring a painkiller on its own, I'll run 1 morphine in my injector case. That's why I carry a morphine in my injector case. If you guys want a video on secure container setup, that's a whole different topic, but I can do that. So anyways, pop the morphine. This allows me to just sprint in. The guy hears me at this point, so now we're actively engaged in a fight just based off sound alone. This guy isn't moving, so I'm going to see if I can bait him out by just doing some mags and seeing if he'll swing that staircase. He doesn't do anything. So at this point, I'm thinking it's a little odd that this guy isn't really doing anything except sitting there. So I'm just going to take advantage of the situation and just start surgering up. I'm waiting to see if this guy will move and try to swing that doorway, and if I can cancel my surge kit in time and try to kill him. But he doesn't move at all. But I know he's up there, so what I'm going to do is toss a flashbang up there. bounces down, come outside, goes off. So I know this guy's blind as a bat at this point. And he's probably shitting himself at this point. So I'm going to open up the door. He sprays the door, thinking that I'm going to push him. This guy's blind. So he's got a lot of bullets too. And then eventually just swing him after I think his mag is empty. It wasn't, because he was running a drum mag. And then just get the kill on him with the 300 blackout. So just taking out that guy, and then I'm going to speed this up here. The guy really didn't have much. He was just a low level Timmy, just probably trying to extract camp someone at the train or something like that. He had no headset either, so I see why he thought I didn't think he was there. I heard him, and he had no clue I was there because he couldn't hear. That's why you should never run those helmets that don't allow you to hear, unless you're running an Alton on like factory or something. Then that's fine. But generally speaking, you don't want to run the helmets that block your hearing. So at this point, just looting up. I'm going to speed this part up. Really not much here. I'm just looting and insurance frauding. And eventually the train comes. As I'm extracting, there's a guy here that starts VoIPing and just whistling into his mic. And my thought here is I've got 2 blacked out arms. I'm lit. This guy could be a PMC trying to bait me to swing him and just kill me before we extract. I'm not taking that risk. I don't want to die this late into the raid. I'm not trying to take unnecessary risks and just die. But turns out this guy was probably just as scared as I was. At the last second, you see that we look at each other. He didn't want to take the fight with me, and I didn't want to take the fight with him. But yeah, guys, that's the video. Thanks so much for watching to the end. Definitely try out the SIG MCX 300 blackout in your next raid. Let me know how it goes. I love this gun. I have so much fun playing with it. It's like a cracked out M4 in terms of fire rate and damage. I love the M4 platform and how versatile and customizable it is. It's great in the mid wipe, great in the late wipe. Once you have access to level 4 PK, definitely give this one a shot. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, if you learned something. If you want to see more gun videos like this, gun review videos like this, then let me know what gun to review next. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.